Good morning. I start every vlog off with that. I should get more creative with my openings, but I don't. Anyways, gym parking lot, because where else would I be? Basically, I had class this morning and am now doing my workout. So this one's gonna be fun because I went skiing yesterday. Apparently you can go skiing in St. Louis. Like, very weird concept to me, and all of the snow was fake, but yeah, went skiing about a half hour outside of St. Louis. Did that all day yesterday, which was fun. It was nice. I don't normally have like a full day off from law school stuff during the semester. Normally I'm just like, you know, I at least do like a little bit every single day. So it was kind of nice to just, you know, have a full day of nothingness, even though I've admittedly only been in class for a week now. But that was nice, but it's gonna make this workout interesting because, yeah, my legs are a little sore from that. But we're gonna get the all-important workout in before going back home, and then I have a little bit of reading I'd like to get done for my legal practice class before my 2 back-to-back classes, and then I just have a lot more reading to do tonight. It's a usual law school Monday, classes and reading, as always. Classes are done, and now I am on reading. So on my fun civil procedure textbook, it's the only one that's not like a mammoth of a textbook. This one's like the only one that's like somewhat reasonably sized, and I love it for that. I've also realized, I think, now that we're like through the first week and I've had like a full week to kind of grasp the general themes of the course for my 3 doctrinal classes, I think it's something that's really interesting is that my classes this semester are so much more like interrelated with each other than my classes last semester. So last semester I had contracts, torts, and property, and they really didn't overlap like ever. And then it's weird because then to contrast that, this semester, like, I've discussed the same thing in both criminal and constitutional law like 3 days in a row, where it's like the same concept comes up in both of those conversations, just in different lights, like in different contexts, but it's the same stuff. So that's interesting. I actually don't know how that's going to play out, if that's going to make things more like easier to understand, because everything from the courses are so related. And so it's not, you know, I have to learn 3 separate subject areas. It's a bit more of just like a big mass of law, or if it's going to make it more confusing because I'm trying to keep track of which class I actually heard this thing in. So who knows? But yeah, apparently Civ Pro, criminal law, and constitutional law, all fairly connected to each other. Whew. It's been a day and it's only been 1 class, so there's that. I'm super hype about this outfit though. This is one of the like fashion pass items that I like rented. I love it. I'm gonna send them all back tomorrow because it's like the only thing I hadn't worn, so I'm gonna send it back and get new stuff. But I love how fun it is. So I've documented a picture for Instagram wearing it because of course I did. So currently just sitting outside my apartment. I'm about to go upstairs because I just got back from in-person class. I'm going to go up, change into gym clothes, and then go work out, and then come back home, shower, and put the cute outfit back on for the rest of my classes. At one point I used to go to my first class wearing my gym clothes, and then for some reason I just haven't done that yet this semester, and I don't know why I have decided against that, but apparently I have, so who knows. But yeah, I'm gonna go put on leggings, so because I'm wearing jeans for the first time in who knows how long, so don't really work for workouts, obviously. So I've mentioned in a couple of previous vlogs that one of my like goals for this semester, just in general, is to like cook more, like real meals. And I have delivered. This is tonight's concoction. There's like Israeli couscous as the base, which you can't see because there's so many toppings, but then there's kale, sweet potatoes, and chickpeas, and I like did a bunch of like paprika and garlic and onion powder on those, and then basically just topped with barbecue sauce because barbecue and paprika, you know, go well. So it's like a little barbecue bowl. And then I had so much of it. Like I literally used the world's largest sweet potato. So I have so much of it that this is 2 other meals right here that are already handled, but I'm excited about this. It looks so good. So fingers crossed that it tastes as good as it looks, but ooh, I'm always excited when I make food that's like actually photogenic and like looks pretty on camera, because half the time I come up with concoctions and they taste great, but they just look so weird that I feel weird like documenting them in any way, shape, or form. So here we go. She's a beauty. I don't think you can see this from the camera, but it is snowing and like actually sort of sticking to things, not the road, so that's why we're in the car and it's okay, but like my car was covered in snow when I came out, and I'm not used to snow. Like growing up in Georgia, and then even DC never had bad winters when I was there. Like genuinely, this is cool. And it's the first time that snow's actually stuck, because it's snowed a couple of times where it's literally only been in the air, and now it's like actually sticking to things. Like there's white on the ground. It's cool. But I had a bunch of errands that needed to get run this morning anyways, so we're driving anyways. The roads are fine, so it's not like I'm doing anything wild, but yeah, went to FedEx first and dropped off all of my like fashion pass stuff so that I sent that back and I can get new stuff. I also picked up a big thing of wine because I ordered wine and I needed it because I had none left, and also they like require your signature to get it, which makes sense, but every time I've ever gotten wine delivered before, it's been when I've had a doorman and the doorman just signed for it. So this time they needed me, and they kept trying to deliver it while I was in class, so it's like, just take it to a FedEx office and I'll come get it. So that's what we did, and then now I'm going to go to Trader Joe's and probably run by Target as well for just a few other random things, because I just need some groceries, because yeah, it's a weekly grocery run that needs to happen, and I have no class Wednesday morning, so this seems like a good time, as good a time as ever to run errands. Grocery shopping is done. I also literally bought what will probably last me almost 2 weeks worth of groceries for $50. I'm shook. Anyways, yeah, apparently that's what happens when 80% of your groceries are like fresh fruits and vegetables, and that's basically what you base most of your meals off of. Who would have guessed? So anyways, that was exciting and very cheap, and so now I stopped by Starbucks. It is literally snowing outside and I am drinking cold brew. This is the Irish cream one that I just adore. So yeah, that's the morning. I'm going to head back to the apartment now. So it's like very much snowing now. It's melting once it hits my windshield, and it's melting on the ground, so it's not presenting a problem for driving. But man, I don't think I've ever driven in like actual snow like this before, so that's fun. So when I said literally like 10 minutes ago that there wasn't snow on the roads, yeah, that I found out I was wrong like 5 minutes into getting on the road. Yeah, it's on the road now, so that was fun. Georgia girl's first time driving on snowy roads. I survived, so that's good. But anyways, home now, just got all of the groceries unloaded. Next up, I have a little bit of time right now, but then I have a therapy session. So one of the things that I kind of knew was one of my like New Year goals. I don't actually think I mentioned this one in the whole video I did about my goals, but one of my goals was to like be more active in like taking care of my mental health and being more proactive about all of that stuff. And so for me, one of those things was I wanted to start seeing a therapist regularly. So right now Wednesday mornings are when we do it, and then I've got class right after that, and then the rest of my day is free, and so it is going to be all reading stuff. So I've got some stuff to do for civil procedure and then constitutional law. And then my legal research, I have like, we have little like quizzes over the topics and then little videos we have to watch before class. So I've got to do both of those tonight. So that'll take up basically the entire afternoon doing all three of those things. So yeah, that's my Wednesday. It's a good thing I no longer have to be anywhere for the rest of the day, which is good because I would not go anywhere. Like driving back here was already a little bit much for this southern girl who does not drive in snow. So I'm glad that I don't have to do any more of it. It's so early. I mean, it's not that much earlier than like my normal wake up time, but it's very early to be doing school things. But my professor decided to email us at 10 p.m. last night and tell us that we had to read an additional case beyond what was in the syllabus for class today. So I was already like going to bed at that point, so reading got pushed till the morning. And yeah, now it's 6:45 a.m. and I am reading criminal law. This is the first time this has happened. I've never done my reading this early or had to do it this last minute before. I've never had a professor throw more reading on us at 10 p.m. So that's a thing that happened. So because of that fun bonus edition of having to read a bonus case in the morning, I decided to take my like hybrid class from home. So I have the choice to go in versus not, and most of the time I go in because I like, you know, kind of getting a classroom setting whenever I can. But yeah, I didn't wouldn't have had time to get there with having to add new things into my schedule, and just decided it was easier that way. So yep, I just sat here at my desk and took class, and then I went to the gym and I've gotten back. I have a meeting during my lunch break with one of the student organizations I'm in. We're planning an event. A lot of the student organizations that I've noticed, the 1L like participation, at least like the like 1L like executive boards, which I'm on for 2 different orgs, there's a lot more activity in the second semester, which I guess makes sense because, you know, you're still adjusting your first semester. So whereas first semester, it was much more like kind of just like just going to the meetings and like learning how it's done. This one, we're actually like actively planning events for both of them. So that's fun. And it's getting like something new to do. So yeah, that's that. And then I have class back to back because I always have class back to back on Thursdays. So that's the day. As usual, I love when I start this camera and realize that it's pitch black behind me, because this desk light just creates like a false sense of what time it is. And yeah, it's dark outside. But on the bright side, I was super productive. Normally after my like 2 classes on Thursday, I just like, even if I have things technically scheduled to get done, for some reason most of the time I like cannot get myself to do it, and it ends up happening on Friday afternoon where I have some free time instead. Didn't happen tonight. I actually like got everything done. I did the reading for my legal practice class tomorrow, which is good because my legal practice professor decided he's also going to start cold calling, so I would like to not make a fool of myself in that setting. And I also did all 3 of my weekly outlines. So that my constitutional law one is here, and I think there's a chance it'll show up backwards, but who knows? I can't ever tell with this camera because it looks backwards to me. But anyways, yeah, I've got my nice pretty case outlines, and I did that for all 3 of my classes. So it's basically like my nice little weekly wrap up, and it's a good way to just familiarize myself with everything that I did over the week all over again. So that's done, and now I think that might have been it for today. Yep, these 3 little outlines were it for today. I also, in like some free time I had, worked through an additional list of a bunch of internships that I'm going to, a bunch that I'm going to try to apply to tomorrow, and B, found some new ones that I put on a list, and am getting a lot of things together so that I feel a little bit more put together on that, because
yeah, a lot of people are like already getting interviews and things like that, and I don't have a ton. I have one. And so, I don't know. It's weird because I know that public interest does work on a separate timeline, and like some of the deadlines literally like they won't start reviewing applications until like February 15th or March 1st or whatever. And so like I know that like I could be on a weird timeline compared to a lot of my colleagues and classmates who want to do like big law, which has a much more like earlier timeline, and they're making decisions a lot sooner. So I know that, but it still is kind of stressful to not have things in place. So I'm just gonna try to send out a bunch more applications so that I feel a bit more secure in where I'm at. You know, the more applications I send out, the more likely that one of them will, you know, hit me back and want an interview and all that good stuff. So I'm doing a mix of, most of what I'm doing is just like plain straight applications on like websites. I've done a lot of, for anyone who's like interested in doing public interest type work, PSJD, which is, I believe, I should look up this acronym before I say something and am completely off. Genuinely, there's not an explanation of the acronym anywhere on this page. So it might not actually be an acronym, but anyways, it's a public service law job board, and so it's basically where I go for a lot of my stuff. My school has listings as well, but this one I find is really, really user friendly and really easy to find things, and you can see what's been listed most recently. So if you are interested in public interest jobs, highly recommend using that as a resource for finding them. So I've been doing a lot through there, just like applying through those forums. My school also does on-campus interviewing processes. Most of it is for law firms, and so because I'm generally not interested in working for a law firm this summer, I haven't participated in a lot of them, but there was one that's a broader like Midwest public interest career forum, and so I submitted a couple of bids and I got back one interview offer. So that's the like interview I have on my plate. And then my school is doing another one in the spring, and there are 2 programs that I want to apply for there that are public interest / government, and then one law firm that looks kind of interesting, and I figure why not submit at least one law firm application and just see what happens. So that's kind of what my job search is looking like. Everything is just in a Google Doc, and it's just so long at this point, but we're gonna keep sending applications out until an offer shows up. So like I know that like grand scheme of things, I will find a summer internship eventually, and will probably, if not definitely, be in a field that I'm interested in, because I do have a pretty wide net of like policy interest and like impact work, but also some direct services stuff I wouldn't mind doing this summer as well. So I'm like casting a pretty wide net, so something's gonna come back, but there's definitely some uncertainty in just like not knowing and feeling like maybe your peers are like wildly ahead of you. That can be a little bit stressful, and so definitely feeling a little bit of that stress, but doing whatever I can to be proactive and mitigate it as well. So doing what I can, and that's got to be good enough. So
okay, so I'm, you know, starting today a little late, at least the filming part. The morning itself did not start that late. It actually did. I slept in until 7:15, which is basically an hour later than I normally do. So that's something, I guess. But anyways, it's Friday, it's the weekend. I had my 2 classes this morning, got them knocked out, and then did an assignment for one of those classes before coming to the gym, and I did a workout and I filmed it, so it will eventually go up on my Instagram, which is right here where all my workouts go. I think I've decided I'm gonna start filming more of my workouts. In the past, I've kind of only filmed one a week and put up a workout a week basically, and I think I'm gonna try to post more. Also because I've noticed that when I film workouts, I actually do better. I think I push myself harder. Not even just in the sets where I'm filming, but in other sets too, which doesn't make any sense. Like, I get why maybe I would go harder when I'm on camera, but even when I'm not, like, the workout as a whole is always better. So I think I'm gonna make an effort to film more of them, which of course puts more stuff on my Instagram. So I think it's a win-win all around basically. But anyways, that's done. First half of today is out of the way. Basically, the only thing left on my plate today is a lot of job applications. I spent a good while yesterday compiling a list of places I still want to apply to and updating it and keeping track of where everything needs to go. And so I've got, I think, 8 applications I'm gonna try to get done and send out today. So that's gonna be that's a lot. So we're gonna try to knock a bunch out and just send more things out into the universe and hoping that one comes back. So I'm gonna do that, and then I've got 3 more I'm gonna do tomorrow that are for my school's on-campus interviewing program, because those are due by the 31st. So I've gotta get those in. But yeah, it's just job application after job application after job application. It's a fun life. So I'll be very happy once I have an internship settled and I don't have to worry about continuing to apply to things. Except realistically, I'm not gonna have that long, because then I'm gonna have to start figuring out clerkships and my 2L summer, because that comes even earlier. So the application grind never stops for long at all. Woo, that's a fun quirk about law school. So we've got the symphony of my dishwasher running in the background. As promised, I did 8 job applications. So that's a giant chunk off of my list of things to apply for. So who knows, but at least feels good to have more things out there and done, and just hope for the best. So I'm done for the night. Like, this is that fried my brain. There's nothing else productive that's going to happen tonight. So I'm going to end this vlog here. Thanks for hanging out with me this week. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below on, I don't know, if any of this was relatable to you, or if you just want to, like, tell me that, you know, I need to either A, calm down, or B, be freaking out way more than I am. You can do that too. And also, you know, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you next week for another vlog, and on Wednesday for another video. So, bye.